But guys, I can't do it. I'm not allowed to. Anyway, here we go with the next matchup. Ship number 1 is the Uber, piloted by Nietzsche's Mustache. It is a Mercury Mobula with a flak and a Gatling bottom. We have a Gatling and an Artemis on the wings. Ship number 2 is the Rackets, piloted by Infinity Omelette. A Watchafish with a side Gatling and Carronade. Ship number 3 is the Delorum Told Me To, piloted by Solidus Bucket. It is a Galleon with a Hwacha and a Carronade on one side, a Lumber and a Hwacha on the other, with a Hades and a flare gun. Ship number 4 is the Reborn, piloted by Sunstrom. It is a Hades Mobula with double Artemis bottom and a Gatling and a flare on the wings.
Same old, same old.
Definitely, Skyborn bringing out their Mobula Galleon combo. They like to bring that out, as well as the double Mobula and variants of the Mobula slash whatever they want to bring combo, because it works. Meanwhile, Clang Clang going with a little bit more of an aggressive build. They are bringing the Hades, not a Hades Mobula, but a Mercury Mobula, but they're going for strong hull strips here. Of course, they're going with the Mercury because they brought a Galleon on the other side, so no Hades, are going to go Mercury. I am a bit surprised, though, just looking at this, I'm surprised to see the Gat Flak on the bottom in a long-range composition from Skyborn. A little bit intrigued by that. I would think that they would bring Artemai on the bottom deck in this situation, as Rackets is looking to flank here. I'm not saying it's a bad decision, I'm saying I'm a little surprised to see that, as Hwacha goes out on the Galleon, a good Hwacha picking up lots of components. 5 components down, one small problem. One small problem with that plan, they did not pick up both heavy guns. They're going to go around to the other side now. Carronade going out. They've got the front of the Galleon. The front of the Galleon is where you want to be. It's the only place. Yes. Hull break on the Galleon. Perfect. This is exactly where you want to be as a Goldfish. You want to be at the front of the Galleon. The Galleon has absolutely no cover. It is the blind spot on the Galleon. Another hull break on the Galleon. Meanwhile, a hull break on the Uber. They could go down here. Reborn winning that 1v1 easily. Hwacha finally going out on the Rackets. That should allow Reborn to get first blood. That Hades is reigning true on the Uber, and that will pick up the kill. 1-0 in favor of blue. Rackets, meanwhile, is going to turn on the Reborn. It looks like they got word out to the Mobula in time. They just barely get out of arc of the Hwacha for the lower deck. That means that they will save their lower guns. That means that they should be safe. Rackets, meanwhile, trying to maintain air superiority here. Vertical supremacy basically means that they will not be caught by the Artemai. One small problem with that plan, Hades does arc up very well.
Although now they're up against the wall, they're probably going to try to run here, although I don't see that plan working.
No, that won't work. They're dead.
They're
2-0 any second. Yeah, ill-advised attempt to run there. They're down 2-0. They should have gone, in my opinion, they should have gone for perma-hull damage there. Ill-advised move to run, especially against 2 long-range ships like that, unless they were going to get hard cover. And the way that Reborn is playing right now, I don't like the decision.
Yeah, well, especially the Skyborn, they're used to these kind of situations. They can hunt people down if need be.
Oh yeah.
We got confirmation on the other stream, by the way. Since there's no stream there, I'll try to keep you guys up a bit. East Caledonian Trading Company did manage to pick up the first kill against the Fancy Cloud Dancers.
Interesting.
Which gives them the kill advantage. I'll keep you guys up to date as soon as I know more.
Fancy Cloud Dancers, of course, put on a strong showing yesterday in the Big Brass tournament. East Sheldon Trading Company, however, did get bumped down to the Road to Redemption yesterday, so bit of a reversal so far with First Blood going to East Sheldon Trading Company. Good to see them actually picking it up recently. East Sheldon Trading Company is one of those clans that they're just one or two plays away every tournament, it seems, from taking that next step. Making a grand finals, winning a grand final, winning a tournament. They just seem to be perpetually close, but not quite there yet.
They're good. They have skill, but I've played a bit with those fellas a while ago. What I mostly see from a lot is these, they know what they're doing, but when it comes down to these small moments of very precise communication, that's what they from time to time lack.
Oh yeah, and communication is very key. Here. Yes, Rackets is hull broken, and good news for the Rackets, they've got the back of the Galleon. Bad news for the Rackets, they've got the front of the Reborn. Good news for the Rackets, though, the The Galleon is completely hurting right now. They're down to about 30% permahull. Make that 20. But the Rackets is in bad shape right now. The Reborn has them right where they want them. Gatling going out on the Rackets. That should be a hull break. That should probably be a kill. No, but they got
do
two.
manage to get back up high enough.
Oh,
That comes
no.
the watch from the Galleon.
Yes, Galleon finally gets the watch out. It is 3-0 blue. That Galleon took significant damage. However, the Uber is in very bad shape. This is not a place where they can really run. They've got a little bit hard cover right now. They're going to have to just juke. They're not going to be able to run. They need to juke using hard cover. One
Honestly,
small
this
problem,
is
they're
probably
not going to
gonna
run.
be,
Yeah, they're dead.
No.
They're dead. 4-0 any second. Yeah, they just don't have anywhere to run. Reborn, of course, keeping that arc. One more hit, that'll do it. 4-0 blue. Skyborn in complete control.
These, that Mobula from blue. Like, okay, I do kind of get like why they go with the Mercury, but why it's combined with the Goldfish? Like the Mercury Mobula is, well, over 2 kilometers, can still do it if need be. But then they combine it with a very close range ship.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, was those double... why would you have double arts on the wings against this ship right here, the Galleon, bringing that Lumberjack? Why would you do that against the long-range ships? You might as well go double art on the bottom and just try to make sure that you maintain superiority in the air. Granted, I'm not saying that it's the wrong decision. I'm just simply saying, hey... why, it's as you mentioned before, why Gat Flak on the bottom? Why pair the Mercury with the Gat Flak? Why would you even consider that against 2 long-range ships? To me, I mean, just looking at it, the lobby decision should have probably been go with the standard, go with the meta. Even if you go Mercury up top, that's perfectly fine, but go double art, double Banshee on the sides, or go with the Gatling on the side with a Banshee or something like that, or Gat Flare on the wing, something. Just the Gat Flak on the bottom just seems off.
Yeah, I can't quite get my fingers around it. Like I would bring something like I honestly, if you want to make this work, I would honestly just bring like a Hades on top of something and make something a bit more close range so you can support the Rackets a bit decently. Like so far, I think like it hasn't. Like this combination works, I guess, but not against Skyborn. They just way too well trained for these kind of combos.
Yeah, and I just again, this might be what might be going on here. Just kind of theory crafting right now. What might be going on here is Clan might be looking forward to Big Brass right now. They may be looking to see, okay, does something like this work? Or are they going to, or what could counter something like this? Is this combination going to work on the Mobula? Is pairing a Goldfish with this sort of Mobula a good decision? They might be looking at something new to see, because they're not going to be facing an easy team next week in Big Brass Revival. They're going to be facing, of course, Chef Zedion's Potatoes au gratin. So they may be looking to try out combinations. Especially since they play a very aggressive build on their end. That may be why they're trying out this build right now. And it looks like Rackets is moving in. It looks like we are having the next engagement any second. Looks like they're going to go after the Uber. We have Reborn and Delorum told me to going after the Uber. Meanwhile, the Rackets Hydro's up. A poor
Most of the Hydra
Hwacha
appear to be going into the balloon. Not so well there, especially since they're now completely in the open where the Galleon can support them.
Hull break.
Reborn turning around, we might have 5-0 here.
We might have 5-0. In fact, the Rackets is completely disabled. That front gun is out. The balloon's out. The hull's out. They're burning everything that they can to survive. This is probably GG right here. Meanwhile, the Uber is moving in out of necessity. Looks like they're going to turn for the Reborn. I can't blame them, but it could be too little too late.
Good move there from the Rackets, going close to the wall, avoiding that the Reborn can take him, saving him a little bit of time.
But look at Reborn. Reborn hydroing out of the flank of the Uber. A great response, a great counter to the counterplay. Reborn just... again, Skyborn has been here, done that, got the t-shirt so many times. Sunstrom is one of those pilots that just instinctively knows what to do at any given moment. That Watcher should clean this up, though.
Well, especially you could do that with the Uber's balloon being as low from that number as it was.
Yeah. That
making
should
it
do
even
it.
easier to do it.
Yeah, that'll do it right there. There's the Artemis that cleans it up 5-0 in favor of Skyborn. They'll be moving on to the grand finals, awaiting the winner of the Road to Redemption matchup, which will be our next matchup.